Welcome back, my beautiful friends. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York. I'm your host, Zen Sams. Now, up in just a few minutes in our Millennial Mom segment brought to you by Biche Cucina, we are chatting with Barbara Sanchez. Now, she was born and raised in Mexico City. She migrated to the United States at just 15 years old. Now, although she didn't speak a word of English at the time, her quick wit helped her master the language within just 6 months. She graduated from Oxnard College in California, where she obtained her associate's degree in paralegal studies. Today, however, Barbara's work is publicity and social media. Today, she's here to chat about why social activism is important, how social media has helped her business, and why standing up to domestic violence is important to her. Now, as she gets settled into the broadcast room, let's chat. 1 in 3 women worldwide experience physical or sexual violence, mostly by an intimate partner. Violence against women and girls is a human rights violation. And since the outbreak of COVID 19, emerging data and reports from those on the front lines have shown that all types of violence against women and girls, particularly domestic violence, has intensified. This is the shadow pandemic growing amidst the COVID 19 crisis, and we need a global collective effort to stop it. Essential services such as domestic violence shelters and helplines have reached capacity. More needs to be done to prioritize addressing violence against women. Everyone has a role to play. And here to chat some more is Barbara Sanchez of Elegant PR. Welcome to the show, Stunner.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me, Sen. I'm so excited to be here today.
I love it that you're on. Okay, let's get started. Let's talk about social activism and what it was about social activism that attracted you. And if you could please tell us your personal brush with domestic violence.
Yeah, absolutely. So, social activism has been a part of my life since I was 5 years old because of my parents. My parents always were standing up against injustice in the world, and I kind of just took up on that, and I was like, okay, I need to stand up for what I believe. And yeah, so here I am now, just joining a lot of nonprofits, a lot of good people that are fighting the, injustices of the world, such as domestic violence, which is one of my main things because I'm a domestic violence survivor. I don't like to say, um, you know, uh, I'm not, I'm just surviving that now, thank God. But I don't like to be placed as a victim on that situation just because it make me the woman I am today. But this is what I'm doing now, advocating for domestic violence.
And you're doing such a good job. You represent a lot of talent out there on social media, a lot of celebrities. You are a PR agent to stars and to a lot of public figures. And I know collectively you are really campaigning against violence, campaigning against violence, you know, violence against women essentially. Now, violence against women and girls tends to increase in any emergency, including epidemics, right? Stress, disruption
Yeah.
of social and protective networks, increased economic hardship, and decreased access to services all exasperated the risk of women suffering violence. How do you feel social media has helped the fight against domestic violence towards women?
Oh my God, it has helped tremendously. And the reason why is because they even have campaigns on TikTok or, Twitter or Facebook, Instagram. They have campaigns where actually, if somebody's in danger, you could actually dial 1-800, whatever, to order a pizza, right? And then you just tell the other person on the other line, oh, I would like a pepperoni pizza. And that's the cue of them knowing that you're in danger. So they will send someone out there, a police officer, to make sure you're okay, and so that way your abuser doesn't have to know that you are calling the police directly, which I think is pretty cool. Or sometimes there's even one for makeup where you actually just call one of your girlfriends and say, hey girl, I ran out of eyelashes, or hey girl, can I borrow lipstick for tomorrow, whatever it is.
Right.
And that is perfect.
It's perfect, but and it also extends the olive branch because now women are connecting in different ways because being a woman, being active online and speaking out, that's often where it all begins, and victims and survivors need to speak up and out. And also in the same context, studies have shown that online harassment is also on the rise. So we know for a fact that gender plays an important role in who is targeted by abuse. And in a study in the US from 2021, 33% of women under 35 years old said that they had been sexually harassed online before. And for men in that same age group, it was just 11%. Now, despite all these difficulties, of course, social media is connecting women around the world so they can support one another in the push for change. Now, let's chat about social media and the important role it plays. We have about 3 minutes left. You witnessed the revolution from traditional PR into this measured, quantifiable PR, and along this, the rise in social media influencers and a very modern audience engagement. And then that took everything to the next level. How do you infuse this into your working business model?
Oh God, I infuse it 100%, and I encourage everyone to do it because you have to keep up with the times, and you have to be able to adjust to the new platforms. So whether it's Twitch, whether it's whatever it is, you have to utilize it to your advantage. It's going to put you in another place versus what I like to call traditional PR, where we're just looking at publications, interviews, things like that. Social media has allowed us and opened the door for us to become more versatile and also more, to get more money, basically.
Yeah, of course you have social media influencers that are making upwards of 30, 40, 50,000 a month at this point. I mean, this is true verifiable income. Now let's chat women
Yeah.
ruling social media platforms, right? Studies that analyze female leadership in the internet and particularly in social apps found that women are more active on social media. In fact, they use it more and participate much more than men. The ladies have typically adapted more and better to the technology as well. And we know for a fact that when women participate in social networks, they can, for instance, upload photos on Instagram and at the same time like a post on Facebook and at the same time share a link on LinkedIn. Men, in contrast, have a more linear participation. In general, they're more selective when engaging in conversations and tend to share similar format content. We know for a fact an Intel study shows that 33% of women in Latin America use Facebook as a way to communicate with friends, and that's 8 out of 10 of them prefer using social networks to connecting better with others through chats. And men mostly tend to compile information, check videos, and create content, and prefer giving their opinion on different issues on Twitter. So it's very different patterns and behaviors. We have about a minute left, and I want you to tell me what has been the most impactful social media situation that has helped launch your brand?
Oh my God. Honestly, it was when I had this campaign I was doing for domestic violence and also for farm workers. It really impacted and it really elevated my business in such a way because this was during 2020 when we're doing Black Lives Matter and everything that was going wrong with the world. So that really elevated my business because we got together, the unity was there. It was a beautiful thing. We raised money for different nonprofits and charities. So that was amazing, and it really took my business to another level. And we did good things too. So that was a win-win.
I love it. It always boils down to social activism for you. Well, listen, Barbara, we have run out of time. I hope you come back and chat with us again. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on.
Thank you so much, Sam. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a great day. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Listen, guys, you have to check her out. Check out Barbara Sanchez and go to elegantpr.com or check her out on the gram at Barbara Sanchez PR. Now, women today are the pampered children of the market. They hold power in their hands to decide or at least influence almost anything, such as cars, technology, tourism, beauty, medicine, household, and children's items. This is why brands are increasingly setting their eyes on us, seeking to attract us and keeping us loyal. That's right, women. And in this regard, social networks represent a powerful communication channel to reaching out current and prospective customers to create community and involve women in disseminating the messages. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York. That was our Millennial Mom segment brought to us by Biche Cucina, and that was Barbara Sanchez of Elegant PR. We'll be right back after this.